collateral damage in crypto lending right now as prices drop. The big focus of the week, hedge fund Three Arrows Capital. In an interview with the Wall Street Journal, the CEO or co-founder, I should say, saying that the firm is considering liquidating assets or a bailout. It's working on solutions for investors and lenders after being caught off sides on the recent sell-off. The fund had a major position in Luna. If you remember that so-called stable coin, it was backed by other cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin. That collapsed in Three Arrows, saying that really caught them off guard, very much off guard, as they put it. The issues at Three Arrows also spilling over to counterparties ahead of crypto prime broker Genesis tweeting just now that it mitigated some losses with a large counterparty that failed to meet a margin call. Doesn't say explicitly that that was Three Arrows. Could be another hedge fund, but it sold all collateral to minimize its downside. Trading firm BitMEX telling me it also had Three Arrows with a collateralized debt position outstanding on that platform, also liquidated. And then BlockFi CEO confirming a large client failed to meet its obligations on an over-collateralized loan. They liquidated an associated trade there and some collateral. So having effects here, ripple effects in the crypto markets, elsewhere in crypto lending. We also had Babel Finance suspending withdrawals and transfers due to what they called unusual liquidity pressures. It comes after Celsius made a similar move last week. All of this, guys, highlights the risk of leverage in crypto right now. There's some of these really high-yielding products that have almost no transparency into where you're getting that 18 or 20% yield in some cases and where that comes from. These products also tend to have lockup periods, I'm told by sources. That is causing some of the issues here. So if they got into one of these protocols, it says, oh, you've got to hold it for a year. You have to lock up your assets here. Sometimes they can't liquidate if customers are all rushing to the door. One effect, though, people are looking now to custody their own assets. They don't want the risk of a counterparty and seeing what's playing out here. But a lot of collateral damage, again, Scott, that we're seeing this week.
Let me ask you sort of not really your opinion, but based on your reporting. I mean, it's a fabulous looking live shot in what is the epicenter, I think you could say, of the crypto culture now in this country, right? The mayor has embraced it there. Conferences go to Miami to be in the center of it all. I'm wondering privately from the people you talk to down there how low they think Bitcoin is actually going to go.
So there is definitely a sense of sobriety, if you want to call it that, in crypto investors right now. They really were, especially young investors who got in, have only seen a bear market and see prices go up. The realization that I'm hearing is that investing, it's really hard. Prices don't just go up. They're having this realization that if they're going to be in this for the long term, they are going to have to deal with a lot of the volatility. So that's really what they're saying privately. The other thing we're hearing, we talked to the mayor as well, that there is some long-term bullishness. They're talking about valuations and the idea that there's maybe a little bit more of an opportunity here than there was 6 months ago. In terms of Bitcoin, people, I think, are just waiting for that bottom. They're talking about every conversation I have, they say, okay, well, it's got to bottom at some point. And I think they're just looking for that moment and hoping that we're there. But I don't think anybody at this point knows. I'm not getting the sense that they're really confident that we have hit a bottom.
Yeah, same as trying to get people to say where the bottom is in stocks. Kay Rooney, I appreciate it very much. Thank you for that. As some suggest that the stock market can't bottom until Bitcoin bottoms. That's the view of Guggenheim's Scott Minerd earlier in the week. Straight ahead, a bullish call on a stock Jenny recently bought. We'll debate that in our call of the day. Up next, plus all June, we are celebrating